Here we are, and another episode of Flipping Houses for Rookies. How's that?
Very good. Very well. You've been practicing.
Good morning, Peter. Here we are at another episode of Flipping Houses for Rookies, which is probably we should have probably named this 425 podcast to go differently, because these days we don't really flip houses, we flip paperwork.
Well, it's still flipping. Flipping means you switch something, you change something.
Yeah.
People assume it's you have to renovate, but it doesn't say renovate in there. You assume that, so it's still legal.
There you
Maybe
go.
we're changing the meanings. We're bringing more meaning to the table.
Okay.
Yeah, more options.
Today's title is How to Get Others to Find Creative Real Estate Deals for You Easily.
Oh.
The description goes like this. Today, we are going to unlock our very successful secret to effortless real estate deal finding. Ever wonder how top creative real estate entrepreneurs seem to have an endless stream of lucrative deals at their fingertips? Imagine a world where these deals magically appear in your conversation inbox, served on a silver platter. If you are comfortable with using yesterday's technology and not staying up to date with the powerful tools we have today, maybe this is not a listen for you. But if you are looking for a flood of messages, each a potential gold mine, then you're going to love what we are going to want to hear. I said that wrong. You're going to love what we have today. And sift through. Wow. I wrote it wrong and I read it like 10 times and didn't even realize it. Sorry. How we sift through the many to find the few who make us rich. Today's world is about speed, about precision, and quite frankly, not working harder like our parents did. Our generation is much more money and time savvy. So if you are ready to make tiny, simple shifts and finding deals so you have plenty of opportunities to collect big chunks of dough within the next 30 days, don't let this information pass you by. The future of real estate is now, and it's more exciting and profitable than ever before. So here we go, Peter. I am going to do our housekeeping type stuff first. I want you to know that I was in a couple of meetings this week, and my private podcast platform is elevating quickly, very quickly.
Oh, good.
And so at some point, I will be giving all of you fair warning, but we will stop recording here, and we will be recording behind our gateway, which will be, you'll have to, basically, it's still going to be free. There will be some paid podcasts that will go deeper than what we go here. For those that are looking for more information, because really this podcast has been for 124 podcasts is what to do, not how to do it. And this podcast has been designed to help change your thinking on real estate. And I think we've done that in 424 episodes.
Oh yeah, we got that.
Okay. So some of the other private podcasts are going to be more of the specifics on how to do things. As well as I think I'm going to have an audio newsletter. So every week you'll get an audio newsletter.
That is funny. You've been talking about newsletters. Ladies and gentlemen, this man's been talking about newsletters for years. Like, when I grow up, I want to have my own newsletter. Yeah. And now, would you find an easy way to do it with just audio? Bang?
No. I just decided that people would us would what is the word I want? I want to say simulate, but they would absorb it more if it was audio.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm a reader, so I like to get one. I've been part of a newsletter with a guy for years before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Probably as long as we've been doing this podcast, 7-8 years. It cost me $100 a month. I have a drawer full of his newsletters. I read it every single month.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I've actually got 2 of them. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. So I'm just giving you a heads up that all this is going to happen. And in the meantime, here we are. We're at the Flipping Houses for Rookies podcast. You can listen to our podcast if you so desire on Thursday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We live stream it to 2 YouTube channels, Creative Real Estate, Creative REI Reply, and Flipping Houses for Rookies. We also live stream it to LinkedIn and Facebook. Make sure you subscribe to us, make sure you like us, and make sure you leave us a review. So enough of that. Here we go. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Your marks.
Ready.
On your marks. Get set.
Bang.
Opportunity. What is it?
No idea. No idea.
But before I define it, and it's important, it's really important that you understand opportunity. Realize when you define a word, you are doing something mysterious and powerful in your mind.
Really?
You are modifying the relationship between things in your mind and things often in the physical universe, and you're relating them. Realize that words are symbols and numbers and letters, and you're associating with those symbols and numbers and letters. Realize words are a form of communication. Realize that you could have good communication, you could have bad communication. Realize information could be good or bad. Realize that the information that you surround yourself with is how you end up in life. Your environment is filled with the information you think you have.
You think you have.
And clarifying this information or clarifying these words so that your actions will take so much more ease when you understand, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So thinking is not all it's cracked up to be, but knowing and being intuitive and being quick, and because it's part of you, is what I talk about. Thinking is not being part of you. Thinking is not you. Like if you have an instinct, like if somebody threw a baseball at your head and your hand just automatically goes up to protect your head, that's what I'm talking about. You didn't think about that. It was instinct. It was just a response, right?
Yeah.
See, most of us learn the definitions of words intuitively, or by inferring, or by concluding and reasoning what a word means in a sentence that it's being used in. What happens if the author misused that word? Or what happens if you didn't exactly understand that word? What physical manifestations are there? And think about this. When you learn definitions, right, through conversation and unconsciously reading them in a sentence, right, or you're unconsciously learning words, the meaning of those words are general definitions. They're not specific definitions, right? Which means if our words and our understanding represent our actions must be general actions. If we have general definitions, we must have general actions.
And when you say general, you mean like all encompassing, or like more thorough?
Right.
Yeah, I've seen people have such a specific understanding, it's extremely limited, and it misses the boat. It's so like small.
I'm going to do real estate. That's general.
Ooh, Yeah.
First of all, what does do real estate mean?
Yeah. Do.
Where specific would be, and this is not anything to definitions, it has to do with how you're going to do it. But
Yeah.
a specific would be, I'm going to do a subject to deal within the next 90 days, and I'm going to make $10,000 now. I'm going to make a minimum of $10,000, a minimum of $500 a month, and a minimum of $20,000 to $30,000 later.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone in the transaction is going to be completely excited and glad that we're doing the deal, so it's going to move quick.
Yep.
That's specific.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I know that I know that you may not think you may think I'm off the podcast here, but you know the title, which is how to get others to find create real estate deals for you easily.
Mm-hmm.
I struggled with this podcast because really what you think we're like magnets. We either attract or repel.
Mm. Yeah.
And if you have general ideas, you're attracting everything, not the one thing you need.
Mm-hmm.
If you have specific ideas or attention or specific goals, then you attract those specific things you need.
Okay.
Okay. So what's behind all of your thinking is the words and symbols you use to make decisions and go into action. So is your action general or is it specific? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, which means if our words and understanding represents our actions must be general actions and not precise actions, especially when it comes to making money. So, I have a news flash for anyone listening to me right now. This is an amazing news flash that I've said before, but I'm going to be extremely blunt with it today.
Okay.
Who you market to are the types of deals you get. If you don't have money, you don't have resources, you suck at negotiating, you have phonophobia, right? And you have all these things happening, then you need to confront that. And you need to make it so that things can still happen. So if you have all those things, then by God, you're not going to be doing subject to deals, or you're not going to be doing seller finance deals. You could do slot deals, a sandwich lease option transfer, right? Where you get a lease option from a seller and then sell it to a buyer. You could do that. My partner Sean has phonophobia and all these things. He's a wizard. He's got an IQ of 900, I think, right? But when it comes to talking to somebody, he tries, but he's socially inept, and he knows that. But he tries. I give him a lot of credit. He's amazing because he gets the weakness, right?
Mm-hmm.
The point is if you know that, then you need to market to the type of people that you're going to attract, right? So it starts with what are you thinking? What is your general think? What is your specific think? And how did you get that thing? What your mind is like a computer, in garbage, out garbage.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. So what is in your environment? What are you reading? Who are you talking to? What news channel do you listen to or not listen to? What is being input into your life? What's sidetracking you? What do you think about when you're by yourself? You lay down in bed at night and you're quiet and perhaps by yourself, maybe not, or someone's sleeping next to you. What do you think about when you just roam in the darkness? Where do you go? What excites you? What don't you like? What are you running from? Now, I'm telling you, this is profound. But all these things are what attract or repel in your environment. It's very profound.
Mm.
All right, let's get back to opportunity. Enough of that. I'll get off my soapbox. This one word, opportunity, is the pivot point of our success or failure. Listen to the precise definition that I have for you.
Mm-hmm.
A set of circumstances that make it possible to do something. Opportunity. There's a little bit more too, but that's the crux of it. Opportunity is a set of circumstances that make it possible to do something.
That's really good. That's actually right to the point.
Yeah.
Doesn't say it's going to happen, but it might. But at least there's some circumstances you could do something with. You have a chance.
To add to it, it's a good position.
Oh.
A chance. Or it's a prospect.
Oh, yeah. Prospect.
As for advancement or success. So it's a good position, chance, or prospect as for advancement or success. In my own words, it's potential value that is aimed at your ideal scene for what you think is success.
Mm.
So in Creative REI Reply, which is our software company, we try not to use the words leads, but we use it because most of you guys reference that. But every single day we put opportunities into your system.
Mm.
Every single day, every lead is an opportunity to make you rich. And too many go into the system and they're trying to get rid of them, like they kick them, or the AI didn't make an appointment with them, so they think that there's not an opportunity there. Well, AI doesn't know what opportunities are. AI doesn't know what a human value is. AI is not emotional enough to be able to evaluate that value.
Mm.
Value is the thing you want, right? Potential is the possibility you can get it. So value is the thing you want. Potential is the possibility you can get it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing for me. If something is not commonly known by 98% of America, can we agree it's a secret?
Close enough.
Right? If something is not known by 98% of America, can we agree it's a secret? Obviously we can, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I go off on these tangents about realtors not knowing about or not using options or lease options, can we say that that's a secret?
Yeah, I think if secret is somebody's trying to hold something back, and I don't think anything's trying to hold back, but it certainly is not known. That's close. Either way you look at it, it's not known. It's not known.
Right.
It's not known. You can't take advantage of it. You're losing.
Mm-hmm. And because I'm a guy who makes a living helping ordinary people like you and me get an edge in life through the power of knowledge.
That's
Yeah,
it.
I guess he's, excuse me. I strongly, strongly, in case you didn't get it, believe
Yeah.
it only takes one idea to change your life. We call it a bright idea.
Yeah.
Provided you are in the right frame of mind to believe it. Sadly, most are not.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why most are not in the right frame of mind is because we live in an age where people are drowning in information. They're just drowning in information. There's so much information, but starving for wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
For example, humans are so distracted today by people. Humans are so distracted today that more people die from cell phones and driving than drunk driving.
Oh, no way. That's oh, really? Now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Think about that for a moment.
That's gross.
Distractions.
Yeah.
What is a distraction?
Well, tract means pull, like tractor, pull. And dis can mean away.
Right.
That's my best guess off the top of my head. So distract is to pull you away. How close did I get? He's looking it up and I'm going for it.
Yeah. So there's two definitions, which is pretty cool. I didn't even put this in the podcast. I should have.
Yeah, you got it.
A thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something.
Mm-hmm.
It's an extreme agitation in the mind or emotions. So when you have a general idea of something, what is your attention like?
Well, in general, it could be spread around a lot of places, not focused, not directed in any one spot to get something actually done. You know, you talk about opportunity. My son was a goalie. I think of, an opportunity. Guys in front of the goalie, no one else is around. He can take a shot. There's a goalie, but he might make it. It's not too bad, but maybe not.
Right. So let's be gross for a second.
Uh-oh.
You have somebody running at you that wants to beat you up or take your life out. Well, let's do like a movie. Right?
Okay.
Good guy, bad guy.
Sure.
Bad guy is running after the good guy, and he's looking to take him out. He's looking to kill him. I was watching Iron Man last night. This is where this comes from, right?
Okay.
And they're all trying to take him out. So if Iron Man had a general concept that he needs to get rid of the enemy and points some sort of a weapon, we'll say a gun at him, and it's not precise, what would happen?
It's not focused enough to get the job done. It's not going to work.
Because of the extreme atmosphere that he has, and because he's trying to save his life, his mind will naturally be very specific. Kill enemy.
Mm-hmm.
The target is very narrow.
Yep.
You have to be that way in business. You have to be that way in your real estate. You have to be narrow. Right? Opportunity means that your marketing has been pre-qualified and your chances of a deal are better than most because they've gone through a few steps and said yes. The no's went into follow-up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Now check this out. Even though people don't value information as well or as much these days, because there's so much of it.
Yeah, way too much.
It still only takes one idea, one decision, one belief to change your life. I have a student creative REI reply in 6 months did $100,000. 6 months, 8 deals. Slot deals, did nothing else. One type of deal. And I have those stories I was yesterday. We have 100, almost 200 testimonials of people doing that.
Yeah.
I just don't remember them all. So how does all this tie into finding deals? Dan Sullivan, he's a big coaching guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Benjamin Hardy wrote a book that we have talked about before called Who, Not How, the formula to achieve bigger goals through accelerating teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
I've read the book a couple times, and I will tell you that things have changed for Mr. Hardy.
Really?
I think, and I'm going to cover that.
Okay.
Too many people ask themselves, how do I achieve the goal or this goal? They ask, how do I achieve this goal? Which is why I often do some seminars in January. I didn't do it last year, and it's called Goals Are for Losers.
That's right.
See, whenever you imagine a bigger and better future, there is a massive problem. And this is what most people hit against. You, me, anyone listening.
Mm-hmm.
You don't currently know how to achieve the goal. You're stretching your imagination, not your ability.
Mm.
Only because it's bigger and better than your current situation and your current capabilities.
Yep.
Which brings us back to the word. So now you have to go either read or conversations or watch videos or listen to podcasts of other people's experiences that have what it is that you want to get. There's the first point. Who are you listening to? Who are you assimilating? Who are you trying to follow? And does that person have what you want? And are they telling you the truth about what they have? Because today's world, just look at our presidency right now is not about presidents. It's not about policies. It's about who's the better actor.
Mm-hmm.
Who can say and make you believe the right things? It's Jekyll and Hyde.
You know, how many times has it been said, you said it, that people make decisions with emotions, then try to back it up logically. So you try to explain things logically, and people are going, yeah, but I like the emotions over there instead, or how they feel, or energy. What a bunch of garbage, really. At the end of the day, like, oh, I want to work at this place because I like the energy of the people there. How about how much money you're gonna make? Is it gonna work out for you? I mean, seriously. I mean, I can dig a hippie idea too, but like, let's not get hippy dippy about it. Seriously, hippy dippy. That's George Carlin, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah. So you have this idea to get bigger and a better future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the massive problem is you currently you know what the goal is, but you don't know how to get there. Your current situation and abilities don't allow you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, tricky.
And this is where the intuitive or natural reaction, not pro-reaction, kicks in and asks, how do I achieve this goal? Except how do I achieve this goal creates problems and slows down your progress.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It gets you sidetracked and often steals your dreams and successful results because you got wrapped up in how. And you instead you got derailed. You changed your environment, so now your environment's giving you new problems and you're off looking to solve the new problems. This is like the drug industry in America.
Ooh.
Right? I have this pain. You go to the doctor. He says, take this pill, right? You take that pill and it gives you a side effect. You go back to the doctor and I have this pain, and you take another pill. Pretty soon you're taking a dozen pills a day and you feel like crap and you're not motivated and you're kind of beside yourself. This is exactly the same way in creative real estate and finding leads. Because you think you need to know how. Instead, you should ask, who can help me achieve this goal? Ronald Reagan once said, there is no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit.
Wow. I never heard that one. That's very altruistic. Nice.
I will tell you, in my life, is she okay?
What's that?
Is she okay?
Who?
Who's standing in front of you?
Nobody's standing in front of me.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I could tell you in my life, I volunteer at our church. You know that.
Yeah.
Even my wife doesn't know what I do. The amount of success and the amount of behind the scenes thinking and planning and observing and being aware of things with the right people has made a massive change in how the place operates. Because I believe this. There's no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. So don't ask, how can I do this? Ask, who can do this? Whose create abundance and self-expansion? In other words, get the who to do the how.
Yeah.
Truth is, really, success isn't about doing what you love. We have this backwards. See, this is a general thing. A general idea is success is all about doing what you love. I want to sit on the beach. I want to drink a cocktail. I want to have money coming in, and I want to do this, and I want to take care of my parents, and I want to go on vacation. I want my time back. I want to buy my life back, God damn it.
Sure.
That is a general idea. It is not a specific idea. Listen to me. This is so profound, it should knock you off your chair. Instead, what you need to do is realize success is more like not doing what you hate.
That'd be a good start.
If you got rid of all the things you don't like, or all the things that make you uncomfortable, or all the things that you don't want to do, what are you left with?
That's a good start, getting rid of the stuff you don't like.
This actually goes back to, and I know this podcast is very profound. This is more for me probably than my listeners, just to get it out in the air. If you got rid of all the suspects, the ones you don't want, the ones that aggravate you, the ones that piss you off, the ones that tell you, no, I don't want to do that, the ones that steal your dreams, which is 97% of them, what would you have left?
The 3% of the people that you want to talk to. So, hey, Bill, it's like a new rule, the 97-3 rule.
Right.
The 80-20 rule, but then like it becomes the 97-3.
So the point is why are you looking for the 3%? You're doing it backwards. You need to get rid of the 97% to find the 3%. That's how you find deals. So now to kind of summarize it a little bit in midway here, just so you don't think that I'm like in this profound pool and I'm just talking about a bunch of crap here that's philosophical type thinking. It's not. To do that, you need to find a who, not a how. You need to find somebody that could weed through that 97% and hand to you on a silver platter the 3%.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because 100's a lot to get through. By the time you get through 10 or 20, you just lost one. You get through another few, you lose those. You lose.
This is how you get others to find creative real estate deals for you easily. And before I leave, I'm going to tell you how to do this. But you get the concept?
Mm-hmm.
There is no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. Do you care who gets the credit or who found the deal?
No, because
when so many of us want to, well, how do I do it? Well, I want to do it first so I can tell other people what to do. The thinker brains and the procrastinators. Oh, well, I got to figure it out. It's who I am. Oh, really? How's your checkbook looking these days?
Yeah. Bill, I actually had somebody say to me, a grown man, a business person, the guy with the job goes, I want to figure it out myself.
Right.
He said he wanted to figure real estate out himself. And I just looked at him like, whoa, dude, good luck. I mean, no, the whole point of education, you learn it from people who've done the work and you just get your piece and run. Oh my God.
This is why I read a lot.
Yeah.
This is why I'm big on words, because when I'm reading a book, I'm not reading a book for information. I'm reading the book for the concept and the think of the author. What made him write this book? The book was written because technically he thought he was in affluence and should let other people know about it. So he wrote a book. He felt like he excelled all the way up through affluence, and he's now in a power condition where everything is easy and he barely works because he has a team under him and everything just runs on systems and processes. And he's probably bored and he's like, you know what? I think I'll write a book and tell others what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So like you just said, why go reinvent the wheel? He's there, willing to communicate. The problem is he the right guy for your ideal scene to give you advice? And B, are you making sure you understand the words so you don't get stuck in the minutia of what he's saying and actually understand it well enough that you can get the concept of how it works?
Mm-hmm.
The overall idea, the overall goal of that thing that he's breaking down for you step by step. And of course, there is number 3, which is how well is he able to communicate his ideas?
Yeah.
Right? Too many creative real estate entrepreneurs decide they want to use real estate as their main form of income. Why wouldn't they? Where else could you go and work once and get paid 200, 300, 500 times?
Yep.
I talked to a tenant last night. One of my tenants. I'm refinancing a property.
Mm-hmm.
He went in there for a 2-year lease option.
Yeah.
He's told me twice he was going to cash me out. It is now 6.5 years later, and I said to him, Scott, I need to get into your house. He said, what's going on? I said, I'm refinancing the property. He said, oh. I said, don't worry. Everything's cool. He says, so our agreement is not going to change? I said, absolutely not. You are a fantastic tenant. He's been there 6.5 years. I said to him, my private lender lent me money for 5 years and has been very nice about letting me stay. And I've been giving him money and I've been paying him, doing whatever, but I'm out of cash and I can't do that, so I have to refinance.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on that property for a month. 1 month. And it wasn't 1 month. It was probably about 20 or 25 hours within that month.
Yeah.
That was buying it. That was getting the money. that was closing, that was doing a prehab, that was even going there with you crawling through the window and making a video.
That's
joking
right.
around.
That's right.
About 25, maybe 30 hours. And it is 6.5 years later. I collected $12,000 from him down, and I collected $1,000 a month. I wonder how much money that is.
12 times 6 is
72.
72.
So it would be 78. So $78,000.
Plus the 12.
Yeah.
Plus the 12? 90. 90.
Yeah.
And you still own the house, and he hasn't paid the equity down at all, and you have full equity, which has been increasing because your contract says over time the price of the house will go up, because it was somewhere around 200,000 or whatever, 200 something. Now it's worth what, 400,000? Double?
412.
It's almost double. So your contract had that in there, so you're not losing equity because the market went up, because it usually does.
So let me ask you a question. I'm going to cut you off because you're so right.
Yeah.
But we're not here talking about that. Here's what I want to ask you.
Yeah.
What if 6.5 years ago, my wife told me she needs me to renovate the back room
Of your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was distracted by that renovation? Or what if I had to pick my kids up at soccer practice?
Mm-hmm.
Or what if I had a broken car and I didn't have any money? Or what if I had a job and I told myself when tired when I come home at night and can't make a phone call? And I never, ever called that one guy for that one opportunity to do that one deal that I worked on for 20 hours or 25 hours. I did that work once. I put that guy in there. He's been there 6.5 years, and every single month on the 25th of the month, his money's there. I pick up the phone last night. I've not talked to him in a year, maybe a year and a half. And I left him a message, and within 30 minutes, he called me back.
Yeah.
Because they built that relationship. What would happen if I did not have that opportunity 6.5 years ago? What if I had an excuse or I had a general idea, I want to do real estate, instead of being specific and looking for that person that wants to do a deal with me? The subject of creative real estate has lots of information. Podcasts, videos, courses, all kinds of information. But it has very little wisdom. Right? There are young guys, I won't say his name, that do subject to deals and tell people to go pay full price. Oh, the market value, they just refinanced and it's worth $390,000 and they owe $380,000. Buy that house subject to. Hasn't been through a crash yet. Hasn't been through a 2008 yet. Doesn't know that on a subject to, when you assume a deed, you need to make sure you have at least a 20% cushion there for the market to swing so you don't lose your face like I did in 2008.
Yeah.
26 houses. 26 houses. 26 houses. And I sold 18 or 19 of them, and it took me, 10 years to get rid of the others. 26 houses. And I was barely making $2,000 a month. Some months it cost me $2,000. That was the general idea. Well, get as many houses as you can. Just get houses. Just get equity. The whole thing is equity. Never paid attention to cash flow. Never paid attention to any of it. I was just like, get a house, 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 get a house. Thus I learned money now, money monthly, money later.
Yeah, and your percentages to know that you need equity, how much equity that you should have before you do something so you don't get in trouble.
Right. A little analogy. Most of our listeners right now have a broken financial leg. A broken leg. We'll call it a financial leg.
Mm-hmm.
So they go to the doctor, right, to fix this leg because it's in pain. And the doctor says, you know what? Here's how you fix a broken leg. And he gives you a seminar on how you can fix this broken leg. And it gives you all the doctorese and all the words you don't understand. And you're trying to figure it out. And you're trying to get the pain gone. And you're just working. Oh man, it hurts. And because you have more pain than you can you understand, in our case, in our listeners' case, financial pain, it diverts your attention. You can't understand when you're just looking for the shortcut to get the money. You're not going to talk to the seller the correct way. You're not going to attract the right seller. You're looking for the most motivated person. So I can't tell you how many people in my coaching group pass over leads because they missed that. I've been doing that on the coaching call, going through the creative REI replay leads that we have in our system, and start telling people or making videos on it, because we promote, which is probably wrong, but we promote that the AI, our artificial intelligence, is going to speak to the seller and make appointments.
Mm-hmm.
Which is true. You could do deals that way if you want to be on the ether and sleepwalking through creative real estate and not pay attention and just have your phone ding. You have an appointment because your life is so distracting, being in the general category, not in the precise category. You won't make deals, or you will make less deals. Where if you want to be precise and you want to attract the right people and you want to have conversations, you need opportunities. Every day you have to have an opportunity to talk to somebody. You need excuses to call somebody up and have a conversation with them. Somebody calls, you text them, and somebody calls, and your system, or you text somebody and they call you,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't leave a message. Most of my clients would be like, oh, okay, they pass over that. Hell no. You texted someone, they called you. Just because they didn't leave a message doesn't mean you shouldn't call them back. Their intention was to find out what you wanted. They were curious. Opportunity. How many opportunities can I have today? How many opportunities to make an offer and make it so that I can have someone for 6.5 years pay me $1,000, give me $12,000 down, and I have $130,000 in the back end, and have the house be $150,000 under today's current market value. So if he goes and gets a mortgage, it's easy peasy.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find that deal? No, it's more like, how does that deal find you? Are you doing the right things? Is the opportunity right? I'm going to go back to my definition of opportunity. Hang on one second.
Yeah, while you're doing that, it reminds me of when people talk about low-hanging fruit and then the fruit that's a little higher. So an appointment in your hand is low-hanging fruit, and that's a great bonus. I mean, that never happened a few years ago. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Lucky you. But does that mean you just like sit back and just sit there? Like, there's other people. For every low-hanging fruit, there's 10 other fruit if you just reach.
Right. How many of those deals do you need to have your life change? Opportunity is a set of circumstances that make it possible to do something. How many set of circumstances have you set yourself up for today to get the results you want? How many appointments do you have today? How many people can you talk to today that will put you in a good position and give you a chance to make money? How many? Moving on. Inflation. right? Oh, let me back up. Let me give you an example, because I give you the most tested and proven one idea that is going to change your life if you're in a correct frame of mind. Inflation. Let's say you had 100 grand in the bank for several years. I don't know, 8 years, 7 years, 5 years. You know, grandma died, gave you a chunk of dough. You know, you worked a high power job for 5 years and you got $500,000 in your IRA.
Yeah.
Right. Some way you amassed some money. Okay. But we'll say 100 grand. Let's say you got 100 grand in the bank, just for illustration purposes. Then COVID hits. The government shuts down the country for almost a year, in most cases, more. And then decides that they decide, oh, we got to get the country going again. So to reopen the country, the government prints out $10 million. Sorry, $10 billion. $10 billion and circulates it.
Yep.
Now what happens to your 100 grand in the bank? Obviously your 100 grand, because of the 10 billion, becomes devalued through inflation, because there are now more dollars in circulation chasing the same consumer products or items. Okay. Now let's apply this concept or information to knowledge and ideas.
Okay.
As creative real estate becomes more and more mainstream, just like the government's $10 billion being circulated, and in the minds of our listeners, information, knowledge, and ideas become devalued. And they feel wisdom can be found within the free revolution. The free stuff, the YouTube videos and podcasts like this one.
Yeah.
They feel like they know enough. What most people don't realize is what they think they know, or what they consider themselves to be elite with information, is just common knowledge. I went to my accountant the other day, who is completely conservative. And I took your advice and I waited till we were all done, and I got ready to leave, and he started. 25 minutes. You know what I heard?
What?
His version of what he saw on the news.
Yep.
It was all information I had already heard from someone else. It was not new information. It wasn't regurgitated information with his twist on it.
Oh.
It was just regurgitated information that he felt like he knew, and he was very intuitive about it, or not intuitive, very, he felt like he was of the elite with the information.
Oh.
It was just common knowledge.
Was his blood pressure okay by the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets excited.
So in the minds of our listeners, information, knowledge, and ideas become devalued, and they feel wisdom can be found within the free revolution. I call this information inflation. We are in an information inflation age right now, and you want to know why you can't get deals done. You want to know why you didn't get a deal like I just got. Or like I didn't just get, I got 6.5 years ago. I just picked that one only because I'm in the middle of a refinance, and I just talked to the guy last night. That's the only reason why I even talk about it today. If it was some other deal, which I have others, it would be a different story, because I don't have just one. You know me, Peter. Do I work 9 hours a day calling people and doing stuff? No. What do? I weed out and I pre-qualify looking for the right deals to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm capable of doing that because I've talked to thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of sellers. You need to get good at that. You need to know the telltales. You need to see the tripwires that are in the conversation that you can only learn by doing it. Okay, what I wanted to propose today is instead of finding a who that you have to train and manage, because that's the downfall of finding who's, not hows.
Mm-hmm.
That's the downfall that we don't talk about. We tell you, don't try to figure out how can I do this. Find a who that can do it for you that's already trained in most cases.
Yep.
Why not let us, meaning Creative REI Replay, do all of your creative real estate deal hunting for you, deal offers for you, negotiating for you, closing docs for you, and even sell your properties on 90% autopilot. We know how to do it. What if I can guarantee that you get a minimum of 1,500 opportunities or leads over the next 90 days, handed to you on a silver platter, and also work those leads for you so you know that these leads are getting worked properly and you're not losing deals and you're finding the right people to talk to. Plus, what if I guaranteed you get 3 to 5 appointments per week? Would you consider this to be 3 to 5 opportunities to get rich? And what if I guarantee to help you sell these houses so you don't get stuck with a bad deal, but instead end up with chunks of dough in your pocket? What if I guarantee to be on a Zoom call, me personally be on a Zoom call for 60 to 90 minutes every single week in a group setting to help you structure your deals, coaching you? What if I did that? Would I be a good who for you? And would this advance your goal of getting out of debt or living on a beach somewhere while donating to your favorite charity? Or better yet, retire early? Your future is your property. You already own it. I'm asking you today, will you rehab it to get what you want out of it? You buy an ugly house, right? You have a vision of how to make it better and add value to it, and then sell it and make money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually asking you to do that with your mind right now. You already own the future. It's yours. What will you do with it? Is this the one idea that can change your life? Is this the one thing you can decide? And if you have Creative REI Replay already, what are you doing that you're not getting deals from it? Because there are many that are. Just join our Thursday night call. You'll hear it every week. Dozens and dozens of people join the call. I'm getting to a point where I might have to change the format of the call because I spend too much time doing deal structuring because so many people have deals. Think of this, you procrastinator. If you pile up enough tomorrows, because you didn't do anything today, you'll find you're left with a bunch of empty yesterdays where you did not do anything but just thought about it and procrastinated it. I'm going to give you my punchline because we're done. This was a podcast probably more for me than you, but I feel good that I've got it in your ears. And if you actually listen to this entire podcast and took just a little bit of what I'm saying to heart, I promise you it will change. Oh, yeah, by the way, why am I doing this podcast? Do you have any idea?
I thought you just said so. So I guess I don't know. What's really behind this?
I just did this myself about a month ago. I refocused. I looked at my condition in life. And I looked at what I've been doing and why am I a little bit not cool with what's going on. And I used a little bit of clever technology. I spent a couple days going through it in my mind. I applied the exact condition formula to the right condition. And the production I've had in the last 3 weeks is probably more production than I had in the last 3 months. I could tell you the production in the last 3 days is more than I probably had in the last 3 months.
Wow, good.
It has changed me because I start thinking about opportunities and I start thinking about who can I get money from today? And not like, it's more like who can I deliver value to today that will be willing to give me exchange for?
Yeah.
Here is my punchline. And I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. And if you listen to me and you've been around for a while, you know that I don't joke around with this stuff. This is for real. This is a game we play that will change your life and everybody in your environment's life. I've seen people become multimillionaires over and over and over again. I've seen people transform their lives. That's a whole nother podcast, transformation. Every single one of us is looking for a transformation in our life. A better spouse, a better job, enhancement, better time management. That is all transformation. And if you pay attention to what you're trying to transform to, you'll be able to see the opportunities or the non-opportunities. So I keep saying the final punchline is this. Opportunity. Here is how I see it. And this is, I hope you write this down. This is very profound. Our eyes only see and our ears only hear what our attention is on. Our eyes only see and our ears only hear what our attention is on. So if your attention is on being broke or saying you can't do this, what will you always hear? What will you always see? So how do you get others to find creative real estate deals for you easily? Well, I put a link in the description that has a machine that will do it for you that I set up, and I will help you. I am there. I am there every single week. I have hundreds of clients to do it, and I'm willing to help you. If you recognize it as an idea that could change your life. If you're in the right frame of mind. If you're ready to confront a better life. Because some of you listening to me right now are not ready for that. You kind of like your life the way it is. You're a little bit unhappy, but you're comfortable. Fear has set in. Conservatism has set in. Conservatism is afraid to lose what you already have, and so you're being very cautious about doing something new. You can't do that. Something in this world is always growing or shrinking. So which one are you on? What path are you on? What opportunity are you taking? Growth or shrinking? Let me do your deals for you. Let me use my tools for you. Let me help you and be your who. And I don't even care. And I'm not looking to take credit for it. You understand? I'm going to boost you up and I'm going to help you and do what Ronald Reagan said. There is no limit to the amount of good you can do. I'm going to read it again. There is no limit to the amount of good you can do if you don't care who gets the credit. Do I care that you tell your seller that I'm helping you? Nope. I just want you to flourish and prosper. And I've done everything I can to make that happen. Now it's your turn. So here's what I've done. I made a video. And it's waiting for you right now. It's the link in the description. Go watch the video. It's a cool video. It's for you, the creative real estate investor that wants to advance in life, that wants to financially change your future, the one that wants to make a better life for you and your family, the one that wants good opportunities every single day and have a chance to do those deals we talked about. Sermon over. Amen. Thank you very much. Go ahead.
Amen. So be it.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being part of this podcast. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your downloads. Thank you for subscribing to us and liking us and leaving a review. And if you have any questions, you can go to flippinghousesforrookies.com or creativereireply.com and put in a support ticket. I am there more than you can imagine. I'm always there. True, Peter?
Oh, yeah.
I'm always there.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for deals.
True that.
Good. Have a good week. Flourish and prosper. We'll talk to you on podcast number 425. Good day. Okay.
Wow. I listened to every word you said.
Oh, you did?
That was good.
Why, you don't normally listen?
I do.
Oh.
I was really, really listening.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Okay. Danger condition formula.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah, I got my ass handed to me by my DFP.
You told me a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't confront her right now. She wants me to call her so she could read me the toughness reference because I can't find it in the bulletins. I can't find toughness anywhere.
Oh.
So she's asking me. She's asking me to call her so she can read it to me.
Oh, jeez.
She's
Why don't you? Wow. Why don't you just ask her to send it to you?
Because that's not who she is. She's a DFP.
I've got a DFP at LA or Nick. We talk, we go back and forth. He calls me back. It's very interesting to have that kind of a calm line.
So I don't want to discredit what you just said.
Hmm.
I apologize if what I'm about to tell you does that.
Well, I'm sitting down.
I'm talking about a DFT that makes OT7s.
Oh yeah.
This
So
DFT does
DFT,
nothing but OT levels, nothing else but OT levels.
yeah.
She is
Well,
intense.
you said DFT, not DFP.
DFP.
DFP. Okay.
DFP.
Yeah. Well, then no, that's appropriate for you because that's your level. For me, I got my guy at my level, so it's no, it's equidistant.
Exactly. So there you go. I'm not. I mean, I can't say that my money's changed, but I am definitely way more productive than I was. What I actually found out. Uh-oh.